keen to finish the whole thing as fast as possible, to get to the end as quickly as possible. And these are the so-called people who are always thinking what St. John talks about in the Apocalypse or the Revelation is going to happen tomorrow, or is going to happen in 10 years' time. And you see this, it happened at the year 1000, it happened at the year 1500, it happened in 1800, it even happened in 1600, and it's been happening again with the rapturists, you know, these people who think, the Christian fundamentalists think that they're about to suddenly be translated into heaven anytime soon now. And it's also happening with the New Age version of the Christian fundamentalists, I would say, and these are the ascension people. The people who believe that anytime soon we are about to, again, zoom off at some vastly increased frequency into some higher stage of consciousness anytime soon, and probably in 2012. And there have always been these kind of people. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there are essentially, in a sense, two kinds of people. And you get that right back at the beginning of the Bible with Cain and Abel. Abel looked after the sheep, the animals. He didn't have to do much. He didn't have to work. His contact with the earth was pretty superficial. He was in a state of grace. Cain was different. Cain worked with the earth. Cain made things. Cain was, if you like, a technologist, yeah? He was confident and capable and comfortable on the earth. Abel was just gently on the earth. Almost not quite here. And I'm sure you can recognize, if you think of the people you know, that there are people like that, even today. Yeah? There are some of us who are like this, you know. People like to dream a lot. This is a necessary balance, by the way. Please don't think I'm trying to put anything down here. And there's the opposite pole, which is this has to be done, and this has to be done now, and it has to be quantified and calculated, and then we shall do this, and we shall do that, and we shall create a new system, and so on. Which you see in the sciences and technology a lot. And then in the arts, there's the whispery, and the whimsy, and the mystery, and the imagination, and this is humanity. This is the human polarity. But these people, in particular, were the ones who are often wanting to, let's get out of this place. It's oppressive down here. Let's get back to where we were, our true home. They didn't want to stay here and learn some lessons and go through some development, but rather, let's... And that's why this theme of the acceleration, if you like, of the apocalypse, or the end of this physical earth, has been a recurring theme. And if we come to the apocalypse, we find that this book, which, as I say, is a very complicated thing, but one thing you can soon find about it is that it is absolutely permeated right through with the number 7. The number 7 goes through it from beginning to end. It's a thoroughly sevenfold understanding of evolution and development. We've got 3 times 7 chapters of development, 21 chapters, and then 1 chapter of final arrival at destination, the New Jerusalem, the new heaven and the new earth. There are 7 letters to 7 churches, 7 angels, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 vials of wrath, 7 plagues, and all of this eventually leads to the New Jerusalem, where time, which is ruled by the number 7, becomes spiritual space, which is ruled by the number 12. And in the last chapter of the book of Revelation, you'll find 12s everywhere. It's all 12s. It's as if all of this driving dynamism of the 7s comes to an end, and time becomes space. In the last part, the very last part of the book. Now, I thought that would not be very clear, so I made my own version of it to try to understand what these 7s are, because in order to understand the beast, we have to, and the 666, we have to understand its relationship of these 6s to the 7. And this is a a picture of our development right from the beginning, which Rudolf Steiner presented back in 1908, where he's describing an esoteric picture of our development which goes through 7 conditions of consciousness, 7 conditions of life, 7 conditions of form, 7 evolutionary epochs, the 4th of which is Atlantis, and then 7 post-Atlantean ages, of which we are now in the 5th. Now, that's just an abstract scheme if you present it like that, yeah? And Steiner himself said, well, you shouldn't really see this as anything more than just a scaffolding, really. It's just a structure to understand something with, yeah? It doesn't have the... it's not flesh on the bone, so to speak, but it can be it can provide us with something of an understanding of the nature of time. So this is my my own sort of reconstruction of that, with the various 7s up there. Here we have the 7 conditions of consciousness. Here's the Earth, but this is not the physical Earth, not the Earth we are now. This is an Earth which, as it were, is almost just a pure consciousness, a state of pure consciousness, or we could perhaps say just nothing but warmth, an accumulation of warmth bodies. These 7 stages, we've been through 3 already. We're in this 4th one now, and there are 3 to go. And we're in the 4th condition of life. Again, I don't have time to explain all of these now, but you can check these out fairly easily on the web and elsewhere from Steiner's work. And this 4th one is mineral. The mineral condition of life is that which gives us our bones, our physical bones, yeah? And puts the minerals in the earth. But the minerals at this level, at this stage, was not yet fixed. Because when we look under the earth in geology, we can easily see how there was a time in the earth's development when the whole earth was fluid, and where the minerals themselves were fluid before they became fixed. So there was then a time after these 7 stages went through, where the next 7 stages we came to, the stages of form, and we are now in the physical of these stages, the 4th stage. And this is finally where things get fixed into physical form. And then we go through 3 stages of that, and we come to the evolutionary epochs. This is Lemuria, this is Atlantis. You've probably heard of those, yeah? Again, I'm sorry, but I don't have time to go into all of that now. This is Atlantis, the 4th stage. Then we have 3 post-Atlantean epochs, and we are in the 5th one. And now we come to the 7 post-Atlantean epochs, and once again, 4 of these epochs, each of them lasting 2,160 years. That's where this number comes in. These epochs are determined by the passing from the spring point into the different constellations. So here we are in the 5th epoch, and you can see we've just completed a quarter of it since 1413, 500 years approximately. Yeah? And then will come the age of Aquarius and the age of Capricorn after that. And then that will be over. So we can see that we've completed 4 of these, we've completed 4 of these, and we've completed 3 of these. So our time, our address, our historical address is 344 in a septimal system. That's a system where number is based on 7, not 10. This is physical. 10 is physical, it's visible. Eh? The 7 is not. 7 is time, which is not physical and visible. And so the time structure of the book of Revelation is based entirely on the number 7. We have to think of that like that. We've got to think away the decimal system when you read the book of Revelation. Everything is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have to think in a septimal or septenary system. You can imagine then that if our address is 344, we've completed 4 ages and 4 ages and 3 ages, that there will come a time in the distant future when our address will be 666. When we will have completed 6 of these, 6 of these, and 6 of these. And when we have completed 6 of all of those, we will be at 777. And 777 means the end of the earth. 777 will mean the end of the physical earth. And then will come what is portrayed in the book of Revelation as the new heaven and the new earth. So in a September